What in the name of David Baszucki is going on with Assassin X, aka Assassin 2? This game has been announced since December of last year, and now it is officially September and we have nothing. What is going on with this game? Has the game been delayed? Is it even getting developed right now? Has the game been canceled? We're gonna talk about that, and I've also got a lot of leaks to show you guys, so drop some likes on this video and let's get into it. Now, I'm sure you guys are tired of just me yapping in my intros, so let's just cut to the chase. All right, let's rip off the band-aid. What happened to this game? Is it getting canceled? When's it coming out? Has the game been canceled? No, it is still in development. Has it been delayed? I mean, it's September. You probably already know that it's delayed. But why? Why was it delayed so much? Now, before we go any further, keep in mind, I'm getting most of this information from Plutonum on the Assassin Discord. He is the lead developer for Assassin X, and he will regularly just talk to people in the general chat of the server. So keep in mind, I'm really just taking what he says and, you know, sort of keeping you guys in the loop on what he's been saying. That said, everything here is subject to change, and game development is just complicated. Anyway, why was Assassin X so delayed? Well, for starters, Plutonum wanted to do a bit more tweaking to the gameplay to make sure it was the best it could be. But then around the spring or summer, the development team had to work on a game that they signed a contract to work on, and, you know, they were being paid to work on. So Assassin X sort of had to be on the back burner for a bit because that development team was working on another game that they signed a contract to work on. We still don't really know what that game is. We know that it's not Riotfall, and we definitely know it's not AdMe. We still don't talk about AdMe in this household. That game never happened. But yeah, they had to work on another game because of that contract, but that game is actually finished right now. So they are working full-time on Assassin X right now. The problem was Assassin X is actually mostly finished, but because of that other game, they literally had no time to finish up like the last 10% of the game. But now they're able to focus on Assassin X once again, so that's a really good sign. But when exactly does the game come out? Well, according to Plutonum, they are aiming for this month, so, you know, the middle of September, maybe the end of September. Again, another warning, this may end up not being the case because development is complicated and it can take a while. There could be some bumps in the road, so no promises here, but they are trying to get a beta build out for this month. So there you go. That's your update on what's happening to the game and its general release window. So if that's all you wanted to hear, then I guess this is your stop. Thanks for watching. But if you want to see some leaks, then stick around because we got some leaks. We got a lot of leaks to show you guys. Now, throughout the past 6 months or so, we've honestly gotten a lot of leaks gradually given out in the Assassin Discord. Now, of course, I have posted some of these leaks on my own Discord server, and I've also posted some on my Twitter account. The link is in the description. But yeah, I never really made a video on those leaks because I really didn't feel like it was substantial enough, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you guys didn't want a whole separate video of me going, oh my god, guys, there is a leak that there is going to be cases in Assassin X, and this is what the case is going to look like. I'm sure you guys didn't want a full 8-minute video on that, you know? I just wanted to wait until there were a lot of leaks, and then I would make a full video on all the leaks that we got. I was waiting for the perfect time to show all the leaks, and my friends, that day is today. So we got some leaks. Buckle up, it's gonna be great. In fact, very recently we got a look at some gameplay and some maps, and that's what really motivated me to make this video today. And these clips actually show how the gameplay is pretty different from the original Assassin, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, those gameplay videos are what we're mainly going to be starting with. So we're actually going to start with this clip right here showing the remake of an old Assassin map. Believe it or not, this clip right here shows a remake of the Oasis map. That is right, guys. That is one of the oldest maps in Assassin getting a remake. And yeah, we got a full-blown remake of the Oasis map, and it looks very different from the original, actually. But yeah, this map seems to be a lot more open with a lot of different platforms and things to do. But more notably, I'm sure you guys have already noticed, but this clip also showcases the new double jump feature. That's right, in the new Assassin game, we're actually going to be able to double jump. Pretty self-explanatory. You can press the jump button again in the air for a bit of extra height. Pretty standard in a lot of Roblox games right now, but you know, the original Assassin didn't have that, and that's just gonna add another layer of mobility. But yeah, that's the clip of the Oasis map. Really nothing too crazy, but this next clip right here, this one's crazy. This shows a lot of different things. Here's the next clip right here, which showcases a lot of different things. First of all, it showcases how the knife works. The knife controls seem to be really fast paced. I'd say it might even be faster than the original Assassin. I'm not sure, but you swing the knife super fast, you throw the knife super fast. But of course, this clip shows another map remake, and as you can see, Assassin X is remaking the farm, which makes sense. I mean, the farm is a very beloved map in the original Assassin. Definitely makes sense they'd bring this one back. But yeah, in terms of gameplay, of course, we've talked about the knife physics already, but if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you'll actually see your health bar, which is another pretty substantial gameplay change. So in this game, it actually takes 3 hits for you to die instead of just 1 single hit, which I think is a nice change. I think taking 3 hits to die is actually going to make it a lot more interesting. In the original Assassin, it felt kind of unfortunate that you would die in only 1 hit, especially when multiple people were targeting you. And he created a very campy playstyle in the community because, you know, you died in only 1 hit, so you had to camp as much as possible. When you die in 3 hits, I feel like that encourages people to play a bit more aggressively because you won't necessarily die if you get hit. My only question about having 3 hits is, how does the target system work exactly? Like, do you have to relentlessly hunt down your target and take all 3 of their lives? Or do you just hit someone once and then your target switches to someone else? Because I don't know, I feel like if you had to hunt people down and take all 3 of their lives, I feel like people would lose their health pretty early on in the game as they just kept fighting the same person. Does that make sense? Anyway, there's one more part of this clip we want to take a look at. If you take a look at the very end of the clip, you can actually see another move that we have for our movement, and that is actually the dive roll. So it seems like we can do some sort of dive roll dodge in this game. Again, it gets cut off, but you can see it at the very end. The character does a little dive roll. So that might be another way to dodge knives, or, you know, maybe take cover. We can do a little dive roll. So we have the double jump and we have the dive roll. So yeah, in terms of movement, we have a lot more options than we did in the normal Assassins. That's going to make the game a lot more interesting. And here is one more gameplay clip showing off some emotes. Again, this brand new Assassin game does have emotes. We've known that for a while now, but it showcases some brand new emotes. We got a dab emote, we got the Gangnam Style. Once again, you can see the health bar at the bottom of the screen. So again, 3 hits to die. And at the very end of the clip, we can once again see the dive roll. So again, that is a brand new feature that you can do. That is the dive roll. So yeah, the emotes look very nice, very clean. Of course, we can take a look at the background and see we have a brand new map. I want to say this is brand new, although looking at some of the details, I thought this might be a remake of the Zen Palace. Maybe, I don't really know, but I do get Zen Palace vibes from it, but I don't know. We don't have enough information to really tell. But yeah, those are the major gameplay clips. That's what the gameplay is looking like, and it looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I'll quickly go over some other leaks that we've gotten. You know what? Let's actually talk about some of the knives that are going to be in the game. Now, a majority of the knives in this game are going to be completely custom made, with the exception of a couple meme knives. But yeah, unfortunately, it seems that knives from the Roblox catalog are not going to be in Assassin X. So, rip Crescendo, rip Proton. You will be missed. Thank you for your service. But yeah, guys, for our first knife leak, I'm actually going to tell you guys something pretty interesting. There's actually going to be a brand new rarity of knives. As you guys know, in the original Assassin, we have many different rarities of knives. You know, we have commons and then rares. And then eventually you would get up to stuff like exotics and dreams. Well, we're actually going to be getting a brand new rarity, and it's probably not what you're expecting. When I heard that there was going to be a new tier of rarity, I thought it was going to be like a super high tier that's like higher than a dream knife, but we're getting something a bit different than that. So there's going to be a brand new rarity tier called Epic, and this tier is going to be in between the rare and legendary tiers. So basically, an epic knife is going to be better than a rare knife, but it's going to be worse than a legendary knife. So yeah, they put a tier in between rare and legendary. This is the epic tier, and it's going to be a dark purple. So yeah, we have the epic rarity. That's something to look forward to. Although there is one more tier that I quickly want to talk about, and that's actually the basic tier. This is technically the lowest rarity in the game, although most people consider that to be common, but we technically do have a basic tier in the normal assassin in the form of the basic knife. This is basically just the default knife that you get at the very start of the game. Nobody really talked about it because, again, this tier was really only for the basic knife, but this time around the basic tier is actually a bit more important because Plutonum has confirmed that there's actually going to be 6 basic items in the new game, which is pretty interesting. I mean, I'm sure the default knife is going to be one of those 6 items. We don't know what the other 5 are though. Maybe there'll be multiple different default knives that you can get, or, you know, maybe they'll just be like really basic knives in like the very first case. Maybe there'll be other, you know, basic tier weapons you can collect outside of the basic knife. That said, there's only 6 items. There's not a lot of basic items. There's probably a lot more commons that you can collect in the game. And speaking of knives, Plutonum has also confirmed how many knives are currently in the game. According to Plutonum, 365 knives have been developed for this game. So that's honestly pretty crazy if we're getting all of those at launch. Like seriously, I don't know how many knives are in the normal assassin, but I feel like for a brand new game, nearly 400 knives is honestly crazy. Anyway, I guess I'll end off the knife section showing some of the knives that have been leaked. So here was a leak back in March showing some of the knives right here. I definitely like the sword on the right. It honestly looks really cool. That might be like a mythic knife or something. And then shortly after, we got another leak showing some of these knives as well. We seem to have like a butcher knife, you know, some kunais, another sword, and then very recently we got shown this really cool rainbow knife. This rainbow sword honestly looks sick. I really like the colors on it. And then a hammer. You can use a hammer in the game. That's cool, I guess. And lastly, let's talk about some features that will be in the game eventually, but will not be in the game at launch. First and foremost, something that's going to be added into the game a little bit after launch is the clan system. So we're not going to have the clan system immediately in the game, but it will be made a bit later after launch. And by extension, I don't think we're going to be getting competitive mode at launch. To be honest, this definitely makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's going to be a brand new game. I really don't think anyone should really be worrying about like the competitive aspect of it. I don't know. I feel like we can add competitive features later, but when the game just comes out, we should probably just focus on the game for what it is, you know? And another feature that will be added a bit after launch is trading. We will not be able to trade immediately at launch. The reasoning for this is that, you know, who needs trading when you really don't have anything to trade? To be honest, this is a decision I don't really agree with. I mean, after all, it was confirmed that, you know, over 350 knives have been done for the game. So technically, yes, at the very start of launch, really no one's gonna have any knives. But with how many different knives are going to be in the game, I feel like a lot of people are gonna want to trade their knives for other knives in the game because, you know, they just prefer certain knives. To be fair, there's probably not going to be much of an economy when the game comes out. I feel like pretty much every single rarity is going to be the same value. Like, I feel like pretty much every exotic in the game is going to be equal to each other. But even so, you know, I think some people might prefer certain knives over others. So it would be nice to have that trading feature just so people can sort of get the knives that they want without having to gamble for it. That being said, I do understand that adding a trading system is very complicated and very fragile, honestly. I mean, one mistake in the trading system and next thing you know, we're gonna have another duping incident, you know? Like, they have to get the trading system coded perfectly or else things are gonna get duped, which we definitely don't want. I mean, if there was duping at the very start of the game, it probably wouldn't be the most terrible thing in the world. But like I said, it is complicated to add, and if they tried to put it in now, the game would probably get delayed by another month. So you know what? I'm not too worried about it. Getting the game sooner without being able to trade, it might be for the best. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about Assassin X for now. Again, it should be coming out this month. Hopefully, we don't really have an exact release date. All I ask is that you do not release it during RDC, because I am going there very soon. Please do not release it during RDC. Plutonum, if you are watching this and you release Assassin X while I'm at RDC, I swear I am going to not play it until I get back. And then I would be really sad because I wouldn't be able to play it. You don't want to make me sad. So just wait until RDC is over. But yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go to RDC, and when I come back from that, I'm probably gonna make one final video on Classic Assassin, really just give you my closing thoughts on Classic Assassin as a whole, because I would like to move on to the new game, personally. I feel like for Classic Assassin, I feel like I've done pretty much everything I've wanted to do. That said, I'll probably still visit Classic Assassin every now and then, but you know, I definitely want to change the focus over to Assassin X. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys think of the game in the comments below, and thank you for watching and checking out all the leaks. I hope those leaks were really exciting to see if you haven't seen them yet. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.